This is the single switch media player. It's installed on just a regular computer, except that it has an adapted mouse that allows single switches to be plugged in. I can show you the adaptation there. And right now we have a grip switch plugged in, and that's what I'll be using for this demonstration. Okay, we're going to come up to the program now and take a look. I've already loaded some media in from the list menu, so it's all ready to play. Basically, what I'm going to talk about a little bit today is the difference between a single switch media player versus a traditional media player. And really, what the difference is in its behavior and how it deals with input from the switch, or the spacebar in this case, if that's what you prefer to use. Basically, there's three types of activation in the single switch media player: latch, timed, and direct. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how those work and give you a demonstration of each one. So we'll start with direct activation and move the mouse down to the play button and let it rest there. Okay, so direct activation means that when I depress the switch, the music will start to play right away. And I'm continuing to keep the switch closed at this point. When I release the switch, the music will stop. Okay? So one of the biggest differences between something like a direct mode and a traditional media player is that with a traditional media player, when you press the switch, actually nothing will happen. It's only when you actually release the switch that the music will start playing. So what we wanted to do is to create a cause and effect tool that had a very direct relation between the individual pressing the switch and the music starting, and you can see that it's an immediate response, both in the visual feedback on screen and on the music. Okay. Basically, I think that it's a good way to teach the cause and effect concept that the individual actually has to keep the switch closed in order to keep the music going. It's a very direct association that when that switch is held down, the music will be playing. When it's released, the music stops. So I think there can be a very clear association drawn there. I'm going to move on to the timed activation. So I click on that, again move down and rest over the play button. And actually, I'm sorry, first we're going to go up to the hourglass, and it says set timer. I'm going to set it pretty low here. We'll say just 10 seconds, because we don't want to have to wait too long. Oh, okay, it's saying 20, that'll do. And we're going to click on the check mark. Now I will come down and rest on the play button. Okay. Now, with the timed mode, we're going to press the switch, and the music again is going to start immediately, except that the player is going to start counting down the 20 seconds. When it gets to the end of those 20 seconds, the music will stop and require the individual using the switch to press it again. Okay, so I'll give you a demonstration. I'm pressing the switch, and you'll see down here it'll actually count down 13, 12, 11 seconds. Now, if you were working with an individual who was listening to music over a long period of time and they wanted to have a little bit more control over the length of time they were going to listen to music, you could set it up on timed for, say, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then the individual can press the switch, and then if they'd like to buy more time, you can see how it's changed to new timer here. If they'd like to buy more time, if you watch it counting down, I'll press the switch, and it pops it back up to 20 seconds. So if they want to actively press the switch, if it's set to 10 minutes, they'd only have to do it every 10 minutes. And that will continue the music playing for a long period of time. The other advantage to this type of activation is that the individual has to very actively listen to the music and realize when it stopped. And I found with a lot of individuals that they actually listen very actively, and we've actually found out a little bit about their hearing through watching them play a little bit with this device and realizing that they can actually detect when that music has stopped, and they are motivated to try to get more of it. So that can be a very interesting teaching tool to play with. Another type of activation here, the last one, is latch activation. And this is closer to a traditional media player. Again, it could be used with an individual who might want to play music over a long period of time, who has limited mobility. And basically the way it works is the individual presses the switch once to start the music. It will start immediately, unlike a traditional media player. However, once they release the switch, it will continue to play, and they have to press the switch again to stop the music. So this is a slightly more advanced concept, and it's probably not where you want to start for cause and effect, but some individuals may enjoy this. It's also good if you're working with an individual who may have trouble taking their hand off the switch after they've pressed it. With a traditional media player, they may not even be able to get the music started because they may press the switch and then find it takes them quite a while to actually take their hand away from it again. So this actually gives them a bit of time. The music starts playing right away, and then they have tons of time to take their hand off and get ready to put it back on again to stop the music. So I'm going to give a quick demonstration of how that works. I'm going to press the switch. You can see it starts immediately. I release the switch, and it continues to play. If I press the switch again, the music stops. Okay, so that's basically it for the single switch media player. I hope you find it a useful tool. At this time in 2007, it's being hosted on deafblindresources.org, but in the future you will probably be able to find it through searching for Google, searching on Google web search. Thanks very much.